Again, let me congratulate Melissa. I'm happy that she's here. We have another woman in the Council of Ministers, full Council of Ministers, and I'm pretty sure she's going to do exceptionally well. And I can speak a little because, as the Prime Minister made mention that she hit the ground running, we in the Council of Ministers have been working on finalizing Back Street. And I have had discussions with the minister prior to Melissa, Mr. Boseman. And I remember talking to Melissa about it. I brought her the advice. Minister, I have to get accustomed to it. But at the time, she wasn't the minister at the time. And she looked at the advice, and her words to me were, it will get done. And the advice is complete. It's going to come, and Back Street will be finalized, and it will get done as soon as possible, or even probably by the end of April. Back Street will be complete. And I want to thank Minister Boseman for that. At the time when he took the initiative to look at the advice, he discussed it with Melissa, as she was the chief of staff, I believe. And that's the testament to getting things done and putting our foot forward and dealing with the issues that we are facing here in St. Martin. So that is one issue that I wanted to highlight a bit. Thanks to the Ministry of TIAT, because the funding and the budget is coming from the Ministry of TIAT, and VRUMI will be executing the project. So again, I want to also thank them very much for their cooperation. Also, you know, it's a good thing for me today because I've been working on a project from time I came in, and it also goes to one of our priorities that we have in the Ministry of VRUMI and also within our governing program, which is affordable housing. I have managed to brought a developer. I managed to get in contact with a buyer, and I managed to get in contact with a seller that had land that they was willing to negotiate and sort of move forward with affordable housing for the people of St. Martin. And I can safely say that we will be very soon constructing about 160 homes. And by the end of this year, 50 of those homes will be complete, 100% financing. And it's a good thing for the people of St. Martin, because I remember the Minister of Education brought to my attention a couple, I believe they are police officers, I stand corrected on that. I don't remember, where they are paying $1,200 in rent for a home, an apartment. They were paying $1,200 rent for an apartment. And they are young people who are trying to get ahead. And it's a priority of this government to see to it that everyone can afford the simple dream of owning, not renting, but owning your own home. Because we know how difficult it is when you go to the banks and it's 30% you have to deposit, or 10%, or you have to dig up your grandmother or your grandfather and what they used to own and what collateral they have. And that is difficult for young people who are trying to get ahead. And at the Ministry of VRUMI, we have been working on this project from the beginning we came in. And I can safely say that we are about 70% complete. I will be flying to Curacao to meet the financier and the developers on how we're going to complete and solidify this agreement for the people of St. Martin. So we are making strides. And again, as I always have to, nod my head a bit and say thanks to the Council of Ministers because of their experience. We don't always agree with the way forward, but one thing we agree on is that we are going forward. And I had a discussion with the Minister of Health yesterday, and he said, Minister Emmanuel, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not angry with you. I'm just showing you a different path or a different way you should look at it. Because we was discussing garbage, we was discussing the landfill and how we should move forward with that, because it is something that we will have to get accustomed to. You know, a fee for garbage. We know in Curacao, when it comes to household garbage, we are doing the research, we got the information, they charge 20 guilders every household on their electrical meter for garbage. Aruba does 25 guilders. And the discussion that we was having, you know, in the difficult times here in St. Martin, it will be hard for someone who already pays 75 guilders or 100 guilders for their electricity, and here we come attaching another 25 guilders. And my thing was, we need to do something, and we was discussing on how the approach would be. And if you want to call it ignorance of youth or just want to move forward, my whole thing was it needs to get done. And the Minister and the Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance say, yes, we agree that something should be done, but you should look at it from a different angle, whether you will want to exempt those who are paying 100 guilders or less or something. But we are working on these things, because as it is right now, we have to get things done. That's the bottom line. And it has no time. I won't call on the Minister of Education or the Minister of Health or the Minister of Justice and say, listen, this is what I'm working on, but I need your input, because when it comes down to the final part, you will be responsible for this. Tell me what you think. So it's not to say that we are always fighting. There's no time we are fighting. We just have a difference of opinion on the way forward or the approach. But one thing we agree on is that we are moving forward. But like I said, I'm happy today because the cabinet is complete. Melissa is in. Minister Melissa is in. Yes, sorry about that. And her approach already relating to the back street was one of, listen, it will get done. I'm going to review it and it will be done. Minister Rafi signed off on it at the time as being minister. So like I made mention, by the end of this month, I would safely say that back street will be dealt with. It will be taken care of, because I know the condition that it's in right now. And again, the affordable homes for the people of St. Martin, gated community, 100% financing. So we will be bringing more information in the coming weeks after I return, after the 14th, 15th. We will have everything down, and the people of St. Martin will know much more and how we can move forward and who will be able to afford these homes or get their hands on one of these homes. We are saying by the end of December 25th, a Christmas gift, the first 50 homes will be complete. And I think it's a good thing. Nothing have been done like this in the last 22 years. Our project to this magnitude, or this scale, has only been done in the homes in the Reward area, and they was done in 1973. So that's to tell you that we are thinking about the people of St. Martin. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
This is Minister Emmanuel on your housing project. Could you give a little bit more insight in government's part in it, and also the location that's been identified for that?
Yes, of course, I can do that. That's why during when the minister was speaking a while ago, I was giving you some hand gestures, telling you after the press briefing, if you mind, you can stay back a bit, and I will elaborate a bit more on it. But just to because I know of the time now, that's why I said that, because I was looking at soon it will be 11. But of course, we are looking at the Down Beach area, and we are also talking, the company is Villanova, which is a pension fund out of Curacao, that also have two of the largest recipients of pension in St. Martin, which is GEBE and Telem. And you know, like I said, it was a project that we have been working on for a very long time from time I came in, because one of the things was to move forward with affordable housing. And you know, what I did is I always try to make it my business to get information where there's property, who is selling. And we met someone who was selling property in the location over almost 80,000 square meters of land. It will be called Valley View Estate. And like I said, between now and next year, come down to the middle of next year, we should have complete 100 homes. But from now, starting in June to the 25th of December, we will have about 50 homes complete. But as I said after the press briefing, I can elaborate a bit more on, the difference in price and cost and how it can go.
Concerning the back street, the cost related to it, how much would it cost?
Well, like I made mention, the budget was already approved before this government was installed. I think it was 2 point something million guilders at the time. And excuse me? No, at the time. And given the conditions that it's in right now, we had a discussion in the Council of Ministers, and it was, let us get Back Street done and let us get it done now. So what we have done is sort of isolated part of the budget. Like I said, it's coming from TIAT's budget. So TIAT is the one that will be spending their money. And I think it will be in excess of 900 and something thousand guilders, where we will be paving from the top, the head of town, all the way down past the Nunez, going all the way down past the old, France called me out Johnny come lately because I couldn't remember the name of the old music store that used to be, but we'll be going all the way down in Back Street. So what will be happening is there wouldn't be bricks anymore, but it will be paved going all the way down. You will get 30 centimeters of base course that will be flattened and hardened, and then you're going to get, I think, 16 centimeters of asphalt from the head of town all the way down past Miss King, past Seaview Alley, going down.
Thank you, Andrew. Alito.
Minister Emmanuel, on the sewage plant together with the French side, those negotiations, of course, had stopped due to the border disputes at Oyster Bay. Can you indicate whether those negotiations or talks have restarted?
Well, to be honest with you, no. Those on behalf of the Minister of Rummy, I haven't engaged in no discussion concerning the sewage plant, the joint venture with the sewage plant. I've left that up to the Prime Minister because it was something that he was dealing with on that level with the superfare and the individuals on the northern side and the French government. So no, I have not engaged in no discussion concerning the sewage plant, joint sewage plant.